This video content is not intended for children.
Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. Today we're going over the rest of this huge tackle box full of antique lures. I can't wait to see what's in there. We need to just get going because there's a lot of stuff to cover. If you didn't see part 1, it's the video before this. Go check it out. Alright, we got some really run-of-the-mill stuff here. We got a ball head jig with a grub. What brand inline spinner is this? Sport Fisher. I'm not exactly sure who makes Sport Fisher. And I have no idea what this is. It looks kind of like a bat. Right? So I guess it swims like this. Crazy bat lure. I have no idea. Pretty cool though. Got some soft plastics. More jig heads with grubs. Jig heads with grubs. Grubs. Alright, here we have a larger swim bait head with a paddle tail. Here we go. What brand is this? I don't really see a name on it. It looks like a Rapala, but that front lip is really flat. I don't know if someone did this on purpose or if it broke and it was glued, but it looks kind of weird. Here we go. We got a buzz bait here with a real hair dressed treble hook in the back. That looks kind of old, kind of crusty. Lots of terminal tackle over here. Got a weedless jig head. Another spinner bait. Had a whole bunch of these yesterday. Might as well group that together with those. A torn baby brush hog. So far this side is not nearly as impressive. Another jig head. Here we have a little jig in a bag. It says 1/4 ounce. Looks like we got another Castmaster style spoon here with the remnants of some paint. Another rooster tail, good size rooster tail here. Had a few of those yesterday. Here we go, got a small metallic jerk bait. Is there a brand name on this little thing? I don't see one. It looks like a Rapala, but it doesn't say Rapala on the lip. Probably a knockoff. Look at those eyes. Pretty cool though. Knockoff Rapala. Random snelled hook. Gotta watch out for those. Here we have what looks like a rattle trap. It says floater on the side, but it has a lip. I'm not exactly sure what this is. We got a lipless crankbait with a lip. Pretty cool. This looks like an older one. We got a metal lip jointed crankbait here. Look at that metal lip. Look at that weird, I don't even know what to call that. A line tie. It's pretty cool. Anyway, this one looks old. I didn't see a name on it. Not sure. I would guess it's pretty old with that metal lip though. Here we have a hula popper. I recognize this. The skirt has disintegrated, but it is a hula popper. Alright, another Hettel torpedo bait. This is a tiny torpedo. Got a few of these last time I was in this box. Happy to see this for sure. Here we have a jig with what's left of a craw trailer. Slightly more modern jig here. Here we go. We got another fake Rapala style bait. Little jerk bait here. That makes 2 of those. I'm not going to take all of these out, but I will show you. Oxidized pinch on sinker. I don't even want that on my table. Here's another Rapala style bait. Little jerk bait here. Not sure who makes these. I got 3 of them now. They look pretty good. I have no idea what this is. Something odd about this lure. Oh, I see. Someone installed a hook on this top ring right here when it should be down here, but this little piece of hardware is broken. So the bait looks like this. The hook is in the wrong place. This looks old. I can't quite make that out. Money minnow? It might say money minnow. It's pretty cool. Looks old. Oh, cool. So this is a top water spoon, like a Moss Boss or some kind of name like that. Moss Boss is it. I remember seeing this in the store in the 90s when I was just starting to get a little bit of money. Never bought one though. Happy to have one though. Moss Boss. Here we have another Rapala style bait. Good paint job. Kind of like a perch. It's 4 of these now. They're not quite the same though. Some of them have sunken in eyes. Some of them have painted on eyes. Those are pretty interesting. We got a couple more jigs here. We got a small grub and jig head. Got a small marabou jig. Uh-oh. 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 Got a bottom rig here. I'm looking for the hook. I'm looking for the hook. It's caught up in this old stringer somewhere. When you buy an old tackle box, sometimes this is what you get. I'm cutting it. Alright, got an old stringer. Ugh. Alright, got an old bottom rig here. I'm going to cut this big weight off. I'm not really interested in the rest. But that's like 1.5 ounce sinker right here. It says 2 actually, 2 ounce sinker. This other stuff, trash pile. Alright, we got a few good items so far. Let's keep going. Another one of these cheap copycat daredevils. We got one of these weedless jig heads. But look at this trailer, right? It's like rawhide. Someone made a craw trailer out of actual leather. That's so crazy. A leather craw. Another Sport Fisher spinner. Alright, got a few more jigs over here. Real hair jigs. An old grub. Ugh, these feathers are coming off. Got an old marabou jig here on a little spinner attachment. Alright, got some more crankbaits. This one says Rebel Team R. So we got a small square bill crankbait here. It's pretty cool. I like the little eyes. They kind of are molded in but painted as well. Same thing right here. Exact same thing. Rebel Team R crankbait. It's pretty cool. Here we have another lipless crankbait. No fin on top. I would guess cotton cordell. Yep, it says cordell right there on the side. This one's a little bit older. You can tell it has those white stainless hooks that are kind of corroded. Another little jig here with a rubber skirt. Looks kind of like a spider. Got another rattle trap here. I'm guessing a rattle trap. It's got that single fin on top. Football shape with a fish printed on it. And if it's not a rattle trap, I apologize. I like to know the names, but it's not the most important part. Having it is the most important part. Got another torpedo style bait here. Baby torpedo. Whoever owned this box before me had a lot of torpedo baits. Probably about 8 of them now altogether. Here's another one. Jitterbug. Everyone knows jitterbug. This is a small jitterbug. Still pretty cool. It has that kind of white powder on it from sitting for a long time. Here's another popper. It resembles a hula popper, but I don't think so. The hooks are old and rusted. That one's even broken. Interesting popper here. Look at the paint. Not sure about this one. Pretty cool though. Alright, the tray is empty on that side. Now we have the bottom compartment and the extra bottom storage compartment. Looks like we got some soft plastics here. We got some Gambler Hibden series. These look like craws. Cool, so it's a craw on one side and a tube on the other. That's pretty cool. Skirted craw, or whatever you want to call that. Got some crappie rigs. Got some power bait. Look at that packaging. That is the old power bait packaging. I don't even think these are open. It says sample and the top is still sealed. I'm not going to open it. So we got a cool old power bait sample here. 4-inch power ribworm. Made in the USA. How about that? Let's see what else we got. I gotta be careful not to get hooked. Got a package of Storm Rattle Finesse Worms. New Rattling Holographic. That's pretty good. Stormlures.com. So this is after the internet, but this package looks pretty old. I'm not exactly sure how old. Here I have a random plastic bag full of grubs. Oh my. Snelled hooks getting caught in stuff. Alright, we got a pile of buzz baits here. They're kind of all melted and or hooked together. Here's the first one. That one's pretty loud. It's got a strange design. Look at this side's free to move. This side's free to move. That's a strange, loud buzzbait right here. It says Bagley Buzz Buster. So we got a Bagley Buzz Buster buzz bait. Say that 5 times real fast. Got another one here. It's got the little rattle up there. It's like putting a baseball card in your bike spokes. I don't see a name on this one, but it's a plastic bladed buzzbait with that little rattle. The skirts on these are kind of melted. Here we have another buzzbait. It has a patent number on it, but I don't see the brand. Kind of cool though. Look, it has like black eyes down there. It's got a flat body. Doesn't spin very well. Needs some oil or something. Pretty interesting. One more. It also just says patent and then a number. Got a smaller buzzbait here. Long body, small blade. Let's see what else we got. Got another bag of grubs. Alright, we got a couple of coat hangers with pre-rigged rigs wrapped around them. They're kind of moldy and gross. I think I'm going to put those in the garbage pile. Here we have a Rapala Risto wrap in the box. Is it sealed? I think so. It's got a little bit of melted plastic on it. So we got a Rapala Risto wrap in the box. It's pretty cool. At one time it was $2.25 over at Walmart. Here I have a Berkley Sport Fisher. Maybe those Sport Fisher inline spinners are made by Berkley. Anyway, 150 piece Pro Pack barrel swivels, all sorts of sizes. There's a lot in there. This guy was pretty serious. He's got a lot of terminal tackle, a lot of crankbaits, a lot of good stuff. Here we have a gigantic swim bait, not gigantic, 7-inch, with a big ball head jig. Kind of melting, old. Look at that picture printed on the outside of the fish. That's cool. Old but cool. I'm running out of room here. Here we go. I had much smaller versions of this in the last video. I think someone said it's called a hell bender. I just don't see a name on it, but the little spinner and the heart lip, I think that's what gives it away. Big one here though. Big hell bender. Alright, we got a spinner bait here with a giant willow leaf. Look at that. That's like the size of a spoon. Maybe almost 3 inches. Pretty cool. Got some old rusty snelled hooks. This takes me back, the old packaging. Gonna put that in the garbage though. I don't want that moldy, rusty stuff. We got some more snelled hooks here. And we got this. Wow, it's got worm burn or whatever. See, plastic worms or skirts were touching it and melting the side of it. Taking the paint off at least. This is a very big trolling crankbait here, I think. I'm not sure exactly. I can't even get that off. I'm going to have to wash that off with something. It's got hair in it and everything. It says right here, Big Mac, like the sandwich. Not too sure about this one, but it is really cool. Here's another one of those big swim baits with a ball head. Had a couple of them. A few more packs of pre-snelled hooks. These look good. This one's empty. I don't know. I think I'll save these pre-snelled hooks just for show. They'll look good somewhere. I like this old packaging. Here we have a pack of Kinami Baits grubs. Look at that. Yamamoto Enterprises. Pretty cool. I wonder if that's Gary Yamamoto. This might be some early stuff right here. Got a bobber, or a floating cork, or a popping cork. Another one just like that, but a little bigger. Another package of grubs. Some more snelled hooks in that vintage packaging. Here we have a package of straight shank hooks by XPS from Bass Pro Shops. Got some vintage Bass Pro Shops hooks here. Pretty cool. Here we have a little rotating tray full of snap swivels. I don't use those very often, but these are pretty cool, especially that little rotating tray. Another package of grubs. Ugh, melted skirt. Here we got a pack of mustads. Good looking hooks here. Another crusty spinnerbait. It's got that flat kind of vinyl hair. It's kind of neat. Traditional bobber. Another one of these big cork style bobbers. And a Roadrunner jig head underspin. Pretty cool. That is it for that side and the bottom. Now we're going to look into the extra storage space on the bottom. So, look at this. Oh, those old rags making me a little bit nervous. Might be a little fishy, but let's see what's in here. An old crusty towel. That's going into the garbage. Here we have some Eagle Claw 1/0 nickel finished hooks. That is a big package of hooks. $6 whenever he bought this. $6. It's pretty cool. Time for some more coffee before I get into the rest of this. Alright, coming down the home stretch. Another package of hooks. We got 2/0 bronze hooks from Eagle Claw. I like these containers. That's a lot of hooks. $6 worth, $5.69 worth. Everyone has pliers that are rusted shut. Spray a little Pam on there. They'll open up in no time. More snelled hooks. More snelled hooks. I'm just going to gather up all the snelled hooks. Cool, we got some fishing line here. Bought at a store called Clay's. We got DuPont Magnum 1440. Casts like 14, strong as 40. Interesting. So DuPont, I think they made Stren. Your purchase supports sport fish restoration. Made in America. Wilmington, DE. That's pretty cool. Suggested for use in bait casters, not spin cast or spinning. That's cool. I might have to try that out. I wonder if it has any strength left. Another spool of 1440. Oh man, there's another spool of 1440, but it is melted to the bottom of the tray. There we go, got it. Look at that, that's cool. So we have a melted spool of 1440. Gonna pitch that before it melts to anything else. Fish grippers. I'm gonna set them back in there. Got a whole bunch of bobbers. Got one of those old plastic D-hookers. Another D-hooker. Kind of looks like a little dinosaur head. And we got a scale here, a D-lyre. Oh, 3 pounds, man, I swear. D-lyre. This is what I weighed my first big bass on. 4-pounder in my home lake when I was maybe 12. Good fish. And we got some vice grips with a hook sticking out the front. Vice grips. Think that's it. That is it. So, this was an incredible tackle box. Like I said, go back and watch the first part if you haven't seen it. I got a ton of antique lures in that episode, and I didn't do too bad on this one. Got a lot of little jerk baits and Rapala style stuff. I got some more torpedo baits, more antique lures, hellbenders, old plastics, tons of buzz baits. I love this kind of stuff. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of the most awesome vintage antique tackle box ever for 25 bucks. And thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.